Hello friends. Now in this lecture we'll continue the some more problems. So here is the very first question that I'm taking from page number 501, exercise 10.3, question number 6. See, there are 4 to 5 similar questions. That means we have to make very little bit change, then we'll get new question. So let me tell you, this first question is, question number 6 is, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a square is a square of a square is a square. Okay, so simply they want to say कि if we have a quadrilateral and if we join the midpoints, so sorry, if we have a quadrilateral which is a square actually, if we join the midpoints of the sides of a square in this way, suppose we have a square ABCD. Now if we join the midpoints in this way, then this quadrilateral will be a square that we have to prove. Now as I told you, there are 4 to 5 type of these questions. See, very first question I can say I'm writing in short, just what you have to change over here, this. Suppose the question is, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. This is, I can say, the first question of this category. Okay, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now second, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a rectangle is a rhombus. That we already done in our lecture. Then third, show that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a rhombus is a rectangle. Fourth, quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the square is a square. So that we have already done, that is already done. Whenever we have to prove that a quadrilateral is rhombus, rectangle, square, first thing we have to prove it's a parallelogram. Even in this question, first we will prove that the quadrilateral which we get by joining the midpoint is a parallelogram. So there, this makes actually 4 questions. Okay, in this first and second order I am solving over here. Okay, so it is what we have to show, that if we join the midpoint, so let us see how to prove this. Okay, ABCD is a square that we have. Let me draw a little bit bigger diagram. We have ABCD is a square. Okay, what we have to prove, we have ABCD is a square and let the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and this AB, BC, CD are P, Q, R, S. So if you take the midpoint, by default you will get a square. It will look like a square if you take the midpoints. Okay, so here you have to show this is a square. So first thing that we have to show, it's a parallelogram, because a square is a parallelogram having all sides equal and one angle 90 degree. So first we have to show it's a parallelogram, then we have to show all its sides are equal, and then we have to show its one angle is 90 degree. So given ABCD is a square, ABCD is a square, P, Q, R and S are midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. What we have to prove PQRS is a square. Okay, so a small construction is required. First we will join AC or BD. Suppose I join AC. How to prove this is a square? See, when I join AC, now in triangle ABC, P and Q are midpoints of AB and BC, it is given. So by midpoint theorem I can say PQ is parallel to AC, PQ equal to half of AC. Okay. Now in the similar way I can say SR is parallel to AC, SR equal to half of AC. That means I proved PQ parallel AC, PQ equal to half of AC. Similarly SR parallel AC, SR equal to half of AC. It means PQ parallel SR as well as PQ equal to SR. It's a parallelogram because a quadrilateral having one pair of opposite side equal and parallel is called a parallelogram. Now we have to prove all its sides are equal. For that we have to take one more diagonal. So construction, join AC and join BD So let us see its proof. So in triangle ABC, P is midpoint of AB. P is midpoint of AB and Q is midpoint of BC, and Q is midpoint of BC. So by midpoint theorem, I can say PQ parallel AC and PQ equal to half of AC. Let it be first. Now in triangle ADC, S is midpoint of AD and R is midpoint of DC and R is midpoint of DC and R midpoint of DC. So by midpoint theorem, I can say SR AC and SR equal to half of AC. let it be second. First and second, I can say are parallel PQ and SR equal to PQ. SR parallel PQ, SR equal to PQ. Okay, now SR parallel PQ, SR equal to, that means it's a quadrilateral having one pair of opposite side equal and parallel. Thus, or therefore I can, therefore quadrilateral PQRS, quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, so I can say let it be first. Okay, here we proved PQRS is a parallelogram. You can say this is also the, to this is the solution of question number 7 also, because over there it is given, show that the line segment joining the midpoints of the opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So this is also the solution of question number 7 as well, from the same page number, same exercise. Okay, PQRS is a parallelogram. Now next we'll prove all its sides are equal. So here see, we have SR equal to PQ. Now I apply the I apply the midpoint theorem in triangle BCD, and here I can say RQ is equal to half of BD. Okay, RQ is equal to half of BD and BD equal to AC, because ABCD is a square. So that means RQ is equal to half of AC. So I have RQ equal to half of AC, and I have also that SR equal to half of AC or PQ equal to half of AC. That gives me RQ equal to PQ. That means a quadrilateral in which adjacent sides are equal, that means all sides are equal. So now in quadrilateral, in triangle BCD, now in triangle BCD, R is midpoint of DC, and Q is midpoint of BC, and Q is midpoint of BC. So by midpoint theorem, I can say RQ equal to half BD. RQ is equal to half of BD. Therefore I can say RQ is equal to half of AC. That is, RQ is equal to half of AC, because BD and AC are equal. Okay, let it be equation number 3. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then I will give you its solution further. Okay, this is the equation number 3. RQ equal to half of AC. Now I will use first and third. Okay, over instruction you can also write, add one thing, that this AC and BD meet at point Z. Okay, let this point is O, this is Z, and this is X. Okay, so now further See, I use this first one, PQ equal to half of AC, RQ equal to half of AC. That gives me PQ equal to RQ. So from first and second, now from first, not second, first and third, from first and third, PQ equal to RQ. Okay, from first and second, PQ equal to RQ. Also we have PQ is equal to SR. Okay, we have PQ equal to SR and RQ equal to SP. So let it be fourth, let this be the 5. From fourth and fifth, from fourth and fifth, I can say all sides are equal, so I can say from fourth and fifth, all sides of PQRS are equal. PQRS are equal. All sides of quadrilateral PQRS are equal. Let it be the second. Okay, so first says PQRS is a parallelogram, second says all sides of PQRS are equal. It means by these two I can conclude that this is a rhombus, definitely. Now I need to prove which angle is 90 degree. Then I will say from first, second and third, PQRS is a parallelogram having all sides equal and one angle 90 degrees, so it will be a square. So now I have to prove that its one angle is 90 degrees. So see, here I proved this is a parallelogram. Okay. RZ, now RZ parallel XO. RZ parallel XO. Why? Because RQ parallel BD. Okay, because RQ parallel BD. RQ parallel BD. Okay, here actually I should include this from 3. Okay, by midpoint theorem I can say RQ parallel. Here by midpoint theorem I am writing RQ parallel BD as well. RQ parallel BD, that include in equation number 3. From 3 RQ parallel BD, so RZ parallel XO. Now SR parallel AC. Okay, now SR parallel, sorry, XR parallel OZ. Now XR, see this XR parallel to OZ. Now XR parallel OZ, because SR parallel AC, SR parallel AC. Okay, from second, because SR parallel AC. From first. Okay, so from these two, therefore see, here I proved this RZ parallel XO, then I proved XR parallel OZ. That means this is a parallelogram. Okay. Okay, therefore XROZ, therefore quadrilateral XROZ, quadrilateral, therefore quadrilateral XROZ, XROZ is a parallelogram. As it is a parallelogram, I can say angle XRZ, angle XRZ is equal to angle XOZ is equal to angle XOZ. Therefore angle C, at the place of XRZ I can write angle SRQ. Therefore angle RQ is equal to, now XOZ, this will be 90 degree because ABCD is a square and its diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So this angle O can be written as 90 degree. Let it be third one. Okay. Now from this first, this second and this third, I can say PQRS is a parallelogram having all sides equal and one angle 90 degree, therefore it's a square. Okay, now from first, second and third, now from first, second and third, quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram having all sides equal and one angle 90 degree, therefore quadrilateral PQRS is a square. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see next question, that is question number 8 from the same exercise, same page number. Okay, question number 8 says, in the figure AD is a median of triangle ABC. In the figure AD is a median, AD is a median of triangle ABC and DE parallel BA, and DE parallel BA. Show that BE is also a median. Show that BE is also a median of triangle ABC. Okay, so a diagram is given. However, the information was sufficient. Even though diagram is not given in the question, it is easy to draw with the help of the given information. Okay, it is given AD is median of triangle ABC. So if this is a triangle ABC, then AD is its median. Okay, further show that BE, okay, A small information we have to add, BE is also the, where the point E is, it is not given. BE is also the median of triangle ABC that you have to show. BE is also a median of this triangle that we have to show. It is given DE parallel BA. Okay, this DE parallel BA. Okay, so it's very easy. DE parallel BA is given, then it's very easy. See, simple. If I remove this for a while, now in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of BC because AD is median. Now DE parallel AC, so by converse midpoint theorem, E will be midpoint of AC, as E is midpoint, but obvious BE will be median. So what we have given in triangle ABC, AD is median. AD is a median. That is, D is midpoint. D is midpoint of BC. D is midpoint of BC. That is given. D is midpoint of BC. Also, it is given DE parallel BA. DE parallel BA. That is given. Now, to prove, what you have to prove? To prove BE is median. To prove BE is median of triangle ABC. BE is median of triangle ABC, that you have to prove. Okay, so to prove BE is median, we have to prove E is midpoint. So in triangle ABC, midpoint of BC, D is midpoint of BC given, and DE parallel BA, and DE parallel BA, that is also given. So by converse midpoint theorem, by converse midpoint theorem, DE bisects AC. Therefore, D is midpoint of AC, as E, sorry, not D, E. Therefore, E is midpoint of AC. As E is midpoint, therefore BE is median of triangle ABC. Hence proof. Okay, so note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now next question that we'll see from the same page, question number 10th. Question number 10th. In the given figure, ABCD and PQRC are parallelograms. In the given figure, ABCD and PQRC are parallelograms. Are not parallelograms, yes, they are parallelograms, but given they are rectangles actually. They are rectangles where Q is midpoint of AC, where Q is midpoint of AC. Two things we have to prove that dP equal to PC, okay, and next PR equal to AC by 2 and PR is equal to AC by 2. Okay, and PR equal to AC by 2. So it is given that ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, ABCD is a rectangle. Q is midpoint of AC. PQRC is a rectangle. Okay, so this is the diagram. Let us see how to prove. So what we have given in the figure, we have given ABCD and PQRC are rectangles, that is given. Q is midpoint of AC. Okay, that is given. To prove dP equal to PC, first we have to prove dP equal to PC. dP is equal to PC, and second we have to prove PR equal to AC by 2. PR is equal to AC by 2. See, PR equal to AC by 2, that is easy to prove. PR equal to AC by 2. Q is midpoint of AC. Okay, a small construction is required. dP equal to PC. See, first of all, ABCD is a rectangle, so this angle is 90 degree. Okay, PQRC is a rectangle, so this angle is 90 degree. As these two angles are 90 degree, I can say AD parallel QP. Now in triangle ADC, Q is midpoint of AC, QP parallel AD, so that means QP bisects DC, that means P will be midpoint of DC, that will give you dP equal to PC. Now what about PR equal to AC by 2? PR equal to AC by 2. See, here I can write QC, it's very easy, QC is equal to AC by 2, isn't it? QC equal to AC by 2, but QC equal to PR because PQRC is a rectangle and rectangle diagonals are equal. So at the place of QC I can write PR, and hence I will get PR equal to AC by 2. So it's not that much difficult. So let us see how to prove it stepwise. Construction is actually not required over here. I thought might be a construction is required. So proof angle ADC is equal to, or I can write uh, each angle of rectangle is 90 degree. Therefore I can say angle ADC is equal to angle QPC is equal to 90 degree, because ABCD is a rectangle, QPCR is also a rectangle. But these angles form a pair of corresponding angles, isn't it? These two are the corresponding angles for PQ and DA. Corresponding angles, but these two angles form a pair of corresponding angles. Therefore I can say AD parallel QP. Therefore AD parallel QP, let it be first. Now in triangle ADC, see why it was required to prove these are parallel, because see Q is midpoint of AC, that is given. Now we have to prove P is midpoint of DC. For that QP must be parallel to AD, then only I can apply the converse midpoint theorem. So to apply the converse midpoint theorem I need QP parallel AD, so I proved first QP parallel AD. So now in triangle ADC, Q is midpoint of AC, Q is midpoint of AC, okay, that is given, and QP parallel AD from first. So by converse midpoint theorem, I can say QP bisects DC. Therefore DP equal to PC, hence proved first. Okay, now second one is very easy. Now QC is equal to half of AC. QC equal to half of AC. Here I can say this is given actually, or I can say as Q is midpoint of, okay, now as Q is midpoint of AC, therefore QC is equal to half of AC. Now QC can be replaced by PR equal to half of AC. Okay, this is reason over here I can write QC equal to PR as diagonals of rectangle are equal. Okay, this is hence proof second. Okay, so please note next question. Okay, next question is question number 14th. Question number 14th from page number, same exercise. Question number 14th. In the figure, B is the midpoint of AC. In the figure, B is midpoint of AC and AP parallel BQ parallel CR and AD parallel, not AD, it's AP, and AP parallel BQ parallel CR. AP parallel BQ parallel CR. Prove that. Okay, prove that. Again, two things we have to prove. Prove that first one, Bx equal to AP upon 2. Bx is equal to 1 upon 2 of AP, and second, AP plus CR, AP plus CR is equal to twice BQ. Okay, these two things we have to prove. So diagram is given in the question. Okay. Okay, here given B is midpoint of AC, B is midpoint of AC, and AP parallel BQ parallel CR. We have to prove Bx is equal to half of AP. Okay, so it can be done directly by the midpoint theorem. In triangle APC, B is midpoint of AC, Bx parallel AP. So my converse midpoint theorem, I can say X will be midpoint of PC. And then by applying the midpoint theorem, line segment joining the midpoint of the two sides of a triangle is parallel to half and parallel to the third and half of the third. Then AP plus CR is equal to twice PQ. Okay, let us see how to prove. Given in the figure, B is midpoint of AC. B is midpoint of AC, that is given. Also it is given AP parallel BQ parallel CR. Okay, that's it. This is the given information. What we need to prove in this first one, Bx is equal to half of AP. And second, we need to prove AP plus CR is equal to twice of BQ. Okay, so let us see its proof. First I will come in triangle APC. In triangle APC, B is midpoint of AC. B is midpoint of AC, that is given, and BX parallel AP. Why BX parallel AP? Because BQ parallel AP, as BQ parallel AP. Okay, as BQ parallel AP given. So by converse midpoint theorem, I can say, by converse midpoint theorem, BX bisects PC. Therefore X is midpoint of PC. This is B equation number 1. Okay, X is midpoint of PC. Now again in the same triangle, X is midpoint of PC, B is midpoint of this. That gives you BX equal to half of AP. Now in triangle APC, B is midpoint of AC. Okay, now in triangle C, B is midpoint of AC. In triangle APC, B is midpoint of AC, that is given, and X is midpoint of PC from first. So by midpoint theorem, I can say, BX is equal to half of AP, hence proved first. Okay, now see, in triangle PRC we proved X is midpoint of PC and XQ parallel, so I can write Q is midpoint of PR. Okay, BX equal to half of AP, hence proved 1. Now in triangle PRC, Q is midpoint of PR, Q is midpoint of PR, that is incorrect. Now in triangle PRC, X is midpoint of PC. X is midpoint of PC. We proved over here X is midpoint of PC from 1 and XQ parallel RC, okay, and XQ parallel RC. Why XQ parallel RC? Because BQ parallel RC. Okay, and XQ parallel RC as BQ parallel RC, given. So by converse midpoint theorem, I can say BX. So by converse midpoint theorem, see, in triangle PCR, this is midpoint, this is parallel, so by converse midpoint theorem, Q is midpoint of PR. By converse midpoint theorem, I can say XQ bisects PR. That is Q is midpoint. That is Q is midpoint of P. Okay, Q is midpoint of. Let it be equation number 2. Okay, see here we proved Bx equal to half of AP. Now in triangle PQR we have X is midpoint of PC and we have Q is midpoint of PR. So by applying midpoint theorem I can say Qx equal to half of RC, Bx half of AP, Qx half of RC. So by adding this we will get our second result. So now in triangle, okay, this Bx equal to half of AC, that I am saying equation number 2, hence proved first, and this I am saying equation number 3. Now in triangle PRC, X is midpoint of PC, X is midpoint of PC, and Q is midpoint, X is midpoint of PC, that I got from the first, and okay, do one thing, note it down up to this point, and third I will do separately. Okay, note down up to this point. Okay, so now in triangle PCR, X is midpoint of PC, X is midpoint of PC from first, and Q is midpoint, and Q is midpoint of PR from third. Okay, Q is midpoint of PR from third. So by midpoint theorem, what midpoint theorem says? That line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is half of the third. It is parallel to third as well, but over there that is not required to say. So I can say Qx is equal to half of RC. Let it be equation number 4. Now when I add this second and fourth, I will get my required result. Okay, so actually in this question 2 times converse midpoint theorem and 2 times midpoint theorem that we have to apply. Okay, first by converse midpoint theorem I proved x midpoint, and then by applying midpoint theorem I said bx equal to half of AP. Now when x is midpoint of PC, then again in this triangle I applied the converse midpoint theorem and I proved that q is midpoint of PR. Then in the same triangle applying the midpoint theorem I said qx equal to half of RC. So now on adding second and fourth, second is so here it is bx plus qx is equal to half of AP plus half of RC. Now qx plus bx is equal to bq, therefore bq is equal to, now 1 by 2 is taken common, AP plus RC. Hence proved. That we need to prove AP plus RC equal to, no, that actually take 2 on that side, it is almost done. Twice of BQ is equal to AP plus CR. Okay, and we do write the final step as it is given in the question. However, that is the same thing, but still it is advised that do write that in the similar way, that is AP plus CR equal to twice of BQ. Hence proved second. So please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we will start questions from miscellaneous exercise. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.